Uh, Welcome to WoodCast. I'm Elijah.
I'm not Tyler.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not Tyler.
You are Tyler. You have to admit to that, because if you don't admit to that, then it's really just not fun. So yeah, this is the first. What? Why'd you put a pill bug on the microphone? We don't want. Yeah, so if you're wondering why there's a pill bug on the microphone, it's because it's WoodCast. So it's a podcast that we're doing in the woods. You can probably hear some birds. You can hear some clicking and clacking. Tyler,
I'm sorting my Skittles.
you're sorting the scales.
Right now.
We both have Skittles. I have sour. He has
Ooh,
wild.
wild cherry is good.
Is it?
That's red.
Wild berries. Tyler has wild berry cherries.
My cherry.
I have sour Skittles. Alright, we're kind of getting off topic. We're just talking about skins.
Well, what is the topic?
I don't know. What do they want to talk about?
I don't know.
Dreams?
Maybe.
I like dreaming.
I don't.
Dreaming is one of my favorites because I like sleeping.
Makes me sleep crappy.
You don't like dreams? I like dreams. My dreams are very vivid.
My dreams are very weird.
My dreams are weird too. Alright, let's share some of our weirdest dreams.
Let's share the weirdest.
The weirdest dreams. One time I had this dream, it was like this dark, hills, what's that game called? Badlands? Or something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's a mobile game, and it's like a dark scheme. There's not really any color, except for the eyes of the thing. But mine was just black and white, and it was these black hills that had kind of grass on them. And there was this gray sky background, and there was a bunch of dark Easter Island style heads with a little bit more deep. That's a mosquito. With a little more detail. It was dark Easter Island heads with a little bit more detail, not exactly like Easter Island heads. They were mini Easter Island heads, the average size of an adult man's head, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have mouths.
Be right back. You keep talking.
But what?
You keep talking.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay. They didn't have mouths, but they were chanting louder and louder. Talking head. Talking head. Talking head. Talking head. It was a lot of them. I don't recall any female voices. Tyler's over. Yeah, he's way over there. I don't recall any female voices, but it could have been. I think it was just male heads. And it got louder and louder until I heard this sound, a high pitched whine almost. Not even a whine. It wasn't a scream. It's a whine. It's very, very high pitched and annoying. And it's something that I hear every time my nightmares are ending. And that's how I kind of know that it's a nightmare. Every time, without fail. If it's an actual nightmare and I'm liable to wake up from it, then I will. Then that sound will happen. You're back.
Back.
Alright. Sunscreen? Let's hope it works as bug spray. Oh, not over my Skittles. Hey, there's one. There's one on your head. Don't. You got it. Alright. So it's this weird high pitched a whine, that happens when I have a nightmare. And then, what? I love how you're just obsessed with bugs and I'm actually like on the topic.
Put the sunscreen.
So it's like this high
They can't
pitched,
get a sun.
it's like this high pitched whine.
Oh really? Like
No, like
no?
more steady. It's sort of scream. You know, higher. Kind of like that, but
Bugging area?
louder.
Like a bugging area?
Yeah, but it's not like going up. It's just one continuous sound. And that goes, I don't know how long, 'cause I don't really have any concept of time when I do. But it goes on for maybe 5 seconds or 3 seconds. I don't know. Around that. It's not like really long. But I'm still in the dream. Like the talking head chanting didn't just cut out. The talking head chanting didn't just like cut out and then it started like whining. The talking head chanting was fading when the whining started, but it got really loud, like whoa. And I was like really freaked out at that point. And then I woke up in my dream. Not in like I didn't actually wake up. In my dream I woke up and I screamed
Nice.
very loud and I woke up everyone in the house. And then I actually woke up and I tried to scream but I couldn't. Yeah, it was really weird.
No, you're weird.
Oh yeah, yeah I am. Alright, you go. Share a weird dream.
Weirdest dream. In this like square. Oh, by the way, like all of my dreams are third person.
They are?
Yeah.
That's weird. Most of my dreams are first person. Actually, I guess. Yeah, I can see that.
And so there was this.
I mean,
Inside this like square with a 2D background of a city on the square, and like the walls of the square, like a room. And
Was it
in the
like
middle-
a cubicle room?
Yeah.
Like a, you were like in a giant cube?
It was all white except for the city. The city was like black and orange.
Was it like a cartoon, like kind of like just a 2D outline?
It was like the silhouette.
Yeah.
And
Keep in mind this is third person, everybody. So you were looking down at yourself.
yeah. Look. And I was like, and then in the middle of the room there's this like woods with a trail going into the woods, and then like can't see that, and like
It's kind of funny because we don't know what's happening.
far into the woods.
Yeah.
And there's just a trail, and
Stupid mosquitoes.
and I tried to go down the trail, but then there's like gopher holes in the beginning of the trail, and then wolves, like wolf heads, start popping out of the gopher holes and trying to bite me and biting me on my ankles, and then I back up, and then I don't know if it really was third person because then my character goes off the screen and I only see the trail with the wolves like sticking their heads out of the holes, and then like all of a sudden I come back on screen with like a giant hammer, like sledgehammer with a giant head, and start smashing the wolves.
Like a human head?
No, like a hammerhead, like a big hammerhead.
Oh, like a nailing, like regular nails, like with the like two like prong things and then
No, it was like a cartoon thing, so both ends were flat and stuff.
oh.
And they were really big. And I started smashing the wolves' heads in with the hammer.
It was like a big game of whack-a-mole.
Yeah, and then I just walked past them while they're like just dead lying there in the hole.
Yeah.
And I had another one where I used to have a van. Like, my family used to own a van, minivan,
Yeah.
and we had an automatic door. My worst fear was that it would open randomly, like on the highway, and I'd fall out. So I had this dream where it was flying. The van was flying, and again, 2D background, third person, and all of a sudden I see just see the door opening, and I fall out into endless black void, and before I get completely into the pitch black, I like wake up. So
Alright, well, can I just say, that happens a lot to me. And that seems like that's a pretty common thing.
endless
Falling
black
into a
voids.
void. Yeah, endless black void. Dream 101. Look out for the endless black voids. Don't walk off any cliffs. I've walked off many a cliff.
I don't control my dreams.
You know,
Very rarely I do. And
oh
I
my
like
gosh. That's called a lucid dream. I had one of those. It was so awesome. It was the best thing ever. So it was only like a couple weeks ago actually. And I was like this assassin person. Actually, no, it started off as, you know the game Smashy Road?
Yeah, I think so.
It started off as kind of like that. Actually, it was more like, darn it, it's so many mosquitoes. Like, I'm just randomly clapping. It just probably sounds like I'm really good clapping. I don't think the sunscreen would work in Pittsburgh.
It does.
So it's more like a Grand
Want
Theft
you to
Auto,
see? Is that fine?
Grand Theft Auto 1.
Oh wow, now he's white. Albino. Cool. That's what I just did. Hey, stop it! You waste my sunscreen.
I think he's dead. Nope.
See? He's an albino sunscreen.
It's an album. So it's like a Grand Theft Auto scene, and I'm being chased by cops.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know how dreams just kind of like suddenly transition, and you have no idea why? Actually, this was actually like a logical transition, because actually it wasn't logical, but it was the most logical transition.
Hey, there it is.
Hello, Alabama. So the cops like radioed me, and they were like, "We want you to get out of your car, and we're gonna like chase you." And then, I got out of the car and I like started on this beach, and I guess it wasn't technically a lucid dream, because in lucid dreams, I think it's called a lucid dream. I might just be calling it a lucid dream, and it's like not even a thing. In lucid dreams, you realize it's a dream and you get to take control.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it was a dream, but I still got to take control. So it was like a video. You don't understand. You don't understand, are you? Just hit yourself for no reason. So what happened was I went up on this like weird sandy hill. It was like surrounded by buildings, but it was like this like sandy like mound, and it had buildings on either side, and it was like a beach and then the ocean. And it was first person. It went from a top down Grand Theft Auto 1 car driving view to like a first person HD like assassin type. And so I went over this like
Assassin's Creed?
kind of, but it was first person. So I went over this like sandy like hill, but it wasn't like on all sides. It was like this ramp, like a double ramp, like, but it wasn't high. It was like just this. It was like a sandbar. Just a straight sandbar in between these two buildings, and then there was like a little nook in the buildings, and the sandbar was like at the start of the buildings, because it's like a row of buildings on either side, and I can just see them stretching out. Actually, the side to my right was that's where I actually ended up running later in the game. So I ran over the sand, the sand bunker thing, and I saw these two snipers, and that's when I took control. I was like, oh crap! It was like I was the character, so it was super crazy. And I dived, and I was like, and it's the most vivid memory that I have from this dream is faking a guy out. Just like that memory of my legs like just like like I don't know like I know, but it's like
Hear it, so you're like, all
just
all I hear is like, so it's like, what?
it was like, you know, when you fake someone out, you like do a double take, that kind of thing. And I remember that in my legs. I feel like I'm doing that in my legs, like in football when they're like go one way but then they go the other. They're like fake going one way and then they go the other. I remember doing that in the dream. That's the most vivid memory I have of actually feeling. I could feel pain and just I could feel everything in this dream. It was so crazy and insane. I was like, but it was fun too because it was like a video game, and I was running away from these people.
You play too much video games.
There were a couple different groups of people, like in twos or threes, and they were like weird outfits, and they were like dressed the same, and they had like different weapons. And I can't really remember all of it, but I know that I was just running around, running away from them. And finally, I was still in my character form, but well, I went into like this thing, and I knew that I was trapped.
You went into a thing and you knew it was a trap. Wow, that's my first video.
I went like into like this like very small maze, like 10 feet by 10 feet.
It's a trap.
And they were like
10 feet by 10 feet. That's what it is.
I know, but it was like it was just like filled with sandbags, and there were narrow corridors. And I just went, and there was a wall to my right, and then there were sandbags to my left. Just think about it like that. And I went into the corridor right in front of me, and then I turned around, and there were two girls with metal poles, I think. With like metal poles, and they were dressed like what is it? Is it Two Broke Girls? They kind of reminded me of that. Where they're dressed like they have the yellow shirts and the red suspenders.
I don't know. I'll watch.
Yeah. I don't either. I just saw a commercial for it, and that's what I'm doing. But I think it's Two Broke Girls or something like that. And I saw that, and they were kind of like that. They had like kind of like just extra stuff like belts and like that's Tyler.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
You're with me. You're not here. You're up there.
Well,
You're with Mike.
so then I teleported. They were about to run after me, but then I teleported to this like big like. I got the feeling that I was on the other side of the wall.
What?
And it was like this dining table, or like this big dining table. It was like,
And then did you have dinner with the girls?
super elegant. No. What happened was, it was like super elegant and like crystal chandeliers. It was like, the ceiling was like red velvet. The carpet was like red, and the table was on a red carpet, like on Hollywood. And there were like it was full of people, and they were about to start eating dinner, and I got the feeling that they were inviting me for some reason. So I was like, hey, I'll just have dinner. And then I was like, wait, no, this is a trap. I know. I like total deja vu. Like, no, I will die if I do this, and
Don't
it
eat
will.
dinner, kids.
It will be very terrible, and like I was just no, like I can't do it, and that's when I woke up.
Too good.
I turned to run back out of the dining room. It was very, very long birthday room here, by the way. Like very, very fancy crystal chandeliers. There was a general there for some reason. What's that? Fly.
It took flight.
And so I was like, no, I can't do that. And that's when I woke up.
Right.
And it was morning.
Right.
You go. You have another one?
No.
Okay. How long is it? Oh, it's long now. Actually, usually podcasts go for longer than 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
It's just about 20 minutes right now. Right.
Should we end it now? Maybe we should end it now, and then they can tell us if they want it to be longer or shorter.
Well, I just have one more dream.
What?
So, one more dream. I forget what it was. Oh yeah. Alright. So,
You have a lot of itchy stuff.
what?
You have a lot of itchy stuff.
Yeah, I do. So I was like in Africa, and it was first person,
Oh,
and I was looking at like this row of shrubbery, and
shrubbery? Is that like
like
shrubberry?
undergrowth and stuff. I was like in the desert, and I was looking at this row of shrubbery. I got the feeling that I was in Africa. There were a bunch of people, and I got the feeling that they were moving. So I got the feeling that I was helping them and everything. But I was just
Then you're like, it's a trap.
no. But but what happened was I was just in that same view, just staring at that shrubbery with the caravan.
Caravan?
Caravan.
Oh, caravan.
There was like a large caravan, and like I said, I don't really have a concept of time in my dreams, but I got the feeling that all this stuff was happening, but after that stuff had happened, after I helped them pack and stuff, this scene just replayed over and over in my mind. Just the caravan pulling away, and that was the dream. Just pulling away, pulling away, pulling away, pulling away.
And then they died.
A million times. No, they didn't die. I woke up. Or transition to the Oh, I have one more. This one's short. Yeah, only 22 minutes, or 23 minutes ago. So, what happened was,
You died.
no, I was looking at a newspaper, and hey, watch this. Actually, I can't really remember this one, but it was like there was this guy, and one of his friends had died, and I don't know. I really don't know. I think one of his friends had died. Oh yeah. I think I was a reporter. And
A reporter?
no, I was a different guy. And I was the guy in the newspaper. I don't know. It was
Then
like
don't say it.
it was like this guy, Gary something. I knew his name was Gary something. And he had died, but
Really? I miss Gary.
it was like this person that was the exact same as him. And then somehow this evil clown, like the clown from Twisted Metal, worked his way into my dream, and then it was over. And then for some reason it really freaked me out, and I couldn't go back to bed for like half an hour. So I was like, what? So, yeah. So we hope you liked WoodCast.
Wait, I got something to say.
What?
Give us advice for anything else you want to see or hear, podcasts or videos. Like,
Yeah.
maybe the next podcast, should we do like a taste test thing? Like blindfold taste tests, or just how we think something is? I don't know. Just give us advice.
Give us advice on what to do.
Give us advice. Roll the dice.
Visit our Taija Studios website at www.taijastudios.weebly.com. Link in the description. Why'd you move the mic? I did. Visit our website at www.tigerstudios.weebly.com. And now we're holding the mic. So yeah, visit our website. Link in the description. Visit the Big Cat website at bigcatproduction.weebly.com. It's Jennifer.
Give us advice on an animated intro. We're thinking about one.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed WoodCast. Give us positive feedback.
Medium salsa.
Like this video if you really liked it and you want to see, you want to hear more, I should say, of WoodCast. And really, I think that's it. Tyler, you want to say something?
Bye. Have a good time.
Okay.
Bye. A good time.
Okay. Peace.